Let's recap for our Nuevo Tango All Day in Cardiff on the 9th of May, which is a warm-up to the Welsh International Nuevo and Neo Festival at the beginning of August. So, today we did 3 workshops on, first one on Soltadas, the second one on Colgadas, and then the last one was meant to be on something so new that has not been taught before. In fact, it actually became something that's so old that it's new because we did Neo Canyengue. So in the first workshop we looked at some Soltadas. So we started off with some forward ochos. Watch our tutorial series if you want to look at how to do a forward ocho. And then as we take a side step to the left and the follower is about to pivot anti-clockwise, as she's pivoting, we're going to extend the motion by taking the hand around her head so she pivots on one foot. So I'm taking my left hand through the middle of us, around her head, making sure my arm goes over the top so I don't hit her, and we can then continue the ocho. We can also do this on the other side, which is a little bit more tricky to do. We then looked at a different type of soltada. So again, from our forward ocho, this time when I step to the left, I'm going to sink down slightly, which pins my follower's feet in position. This time I'm going to twist my chest to the right, taking my left arm over her head, pivoting around. So this is like a spiral. So she's now facing the other direction. I can step to the right to continue the ocho. Finally, we looked at adding a leader's soltada into this as well, where we almost entirely break the embrace. So, same start to the second soltada, so sinking down, taking that hand over her head, but this time I'm going to step through the middle, so I'm going to step through the middle of my follower, turn as she walks past, and then I can pick up the ocho. So this works because as I turn my follower, she's only facing that direction. She's going to try and get back in front of my chest. So as I start walking down the room, she's going to keep coming with me. So that was the end of workshop 1. In workshop 2, this was probably quite advanced. We looked at Colgadas. So we started off with exercises such as leaning away from each other, getting some dynamic movement as we lean away, just getting used to that countering each other's weight, and keeping our body vertical as we sink back away. We also did one where we were at L shape to each other, leaning, with her going to the side of her hip out and me sinking back as well. This allowed us to go into 2 different types of Colgada and chain them together. So the first one we did was from a side step to the left. I'm going to continue to send my follower to the left so her weight transfers onto that foot, and making sure I've got my right hand around the back on her shoulder blade, because I'm going to step then around my follower, so my foot is on either side of hers, and we've got this Colgada position. I can then step back into the right, so she goes around. So from this direction, we send her, and we've got our Colgada. We then looked at a one from the forward ocho. So again, when I'm bringing her to my left-hand side, and she steps forward on that left foot, I'm going to step forward to my right, and bring my right leg, so step forward on my left, blocking her left, and I bring my right foot around behind, and we lean her out to the side. I keep my chest up so that foot doesn't make contact with the floor. When I'm in this position, I can actually penguin her around, so we get a calcita or spinning Colgada before stepping back and through. Back and around, which allows me to bring my right leg through for a leg wrap. Or I can chain these 2 Colgadas together by going into that side step, sending her away. This is effectively her coming to the forward ocho, so I can step behind that foot, ready to send her away, and then I can step straight behind that leg, so I'm stepping behind each of her feet as she goes and steps around me, and I'm maintaining that flexible embrace as she moved away. Finally, we taught Neo Canyengue. So this is basically taking Canyengue and dancing it to modern music. So for our Canyengue breaths, embrace, L shape, leaning forward, flex, a lot of flex in the knees. We start off with stepping to the side, stepping through the middle, stepping to the side, pivoting the follower back, so we're effectively moving in the grapevine and looking at different timings, emphasising the rhythms of the music. We also looked at being able to add in rotation, so the follower leader sort of steps backwards and around, the follower can sidestep, or if I bring them both to the side, she can step forward around me, so she's basically walking in the Canyengue embrace. We then looked at back belayos. So as I step to my left, I'm going to twist my chest to the right and back to straight, which will lead her into belayos. If I keep my chest low or sink down, we will get low belayos. If I move my right leg close to the follower's leg as she comes back through and get leg wraps, I can lift my own leg into a double gancho, or if I step back and forward and around my follower, we get a Volcada cross. And finally, if I pivot her backwards, I twist my chest to the left, I can burrito her with my right foot to right foot, and again we can finish that with those burritos and ganchos. So I think that covers everything we taught today. Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in another class or video very soon.